As an educator, it never ceases to amaze me that young people, when they have the knowledge and the opportunity, can take action to make the world a better place, even by recruiting a United States Senator to join them in their efforts to clean up our planet. Welcome to my National Geographic Educator Capstone video. Students in my Advanced Placement Human Geography classes learned about the uses of plastic pollution, and alternatives to plastic. This unit was conducted remotely due to the coronavirus pandemic. Part 1 of this unit stemmed from our discussions about plastic's unsustainability. Students searched for and documented the extent to which plastics are involved in their daily lives. These are some of the photographs they shared just from looking around their homes. Second, the students worked together in groups to reflect on how plastic pollution might affect the world at different scales. We used resources from National Geographic, including an article about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and hidden plastics with Imogen Napper, an Explorer Classroom video, to learn about plastic pollution. Students used their deeper knowledge to expand on their thoughts about plastic pollution at the local, regional, and global scales. Students then analyzed maps to better understand plastic distribution and major causes and origins of plastic pollution. They also connected their map analyses to one or more of the National Geographic perspectives. Part 2 was designed to get my students thinking about solutions. I wanted them to really understand plastic tangibly, so I got some into their hands.
So I'm putting together these packets of different types of plastic that they're going to be learning about during the lessons. And we have some styrofoam cups, plastic bags, some various types of containers, most of them yogurt containers. And what these represent is a variety of the different types of plastic.
Collaborating through Google Meets, students worked together to identify and understand the qualities of each type of plastic in their packets. They analyzed items from home as well to show they grasped the often consequential differences between one type of plastic and another. Everyone in my classes then read from a collection of articles about different ways people around the world are finding ways to use better forms of plastic or to replace it altogether. Each student created a short Flipgrid video that summarized an article, explained how it might have effects at the local, regional, and/or global scales, and then linked that content to one or more of the National Geographic perspectives.
This article focuses mostly on the large-scale global effects of our plastic use.
It relates to an economic perspective because it discusses the cost of making the device and it discusses how many devices will be made and where they will be.
For question 3, I said this article relates to two perspectives, cultural and economic.
It was time to challenge my classes with one last activity, or to identify an item made of plastic in their world, their school, their home, their community, and come up with a more sustainable replacement. Along the way, they analyzed at the local, regional, and global scales again, and they explained why their solution was a more sustainable option.
The item that I chose was polyester foam trays.
We expanded polystyrene in styrofoam, but in the shipping industry, it's used as peanuts, as like corner pieces for protection for heavy items.
And then for polyvinyl chloride, locally it can also hormonally affect people, and it also is known to give like kids allergies, like if it's used to make like children's toys and stuff. And regional toxins from this have potential to be in the Earth atmosphere.
And globally, they end up in the ocean, which contributes to like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
So high-density polyethylene could be a better alternative to polyethylene terephthalate because it has a good chance of making the water inside the bottle much safer to drink.
So the two alternatives that we chose this were face shields and reusable masks.
For the curiosity, we learned the effects of plastic bags.
We've also become aware of how much plastic is used in day-to-day life.
And for empowerment, creating these solutions has given me an idea as to how I can encourage like friends, family, and like other businesses and stuff to use alternative products.
We can talk to the managers and store directors of mainstream businesses about advertising reusable diapers instead of disposable ones.
You could look into you could figure out how much less waste there would be in landfills, and measure like the differences that would make.
But we understand that cities and towns can create policies to protect the environment by knowing that when a community comes together and agrees on what needs to happen in order to make a change, like implementing cloth diapers.
We know that we can suggest laws or regulations on plastic use because other cities and countries have done the same.
And I did send a letter to Senator Angus King asking him what would be the best way to approach this idea.
If I had to do it all over again, I might build in time in class to actually take action on the projects that the students thought up. It would be amazing to work with Senator King or other officials to improve our way of life. Overall, I was blown away by my students' abilities to meet the learning objectives of National Geographic, analyze at scale, and to reflect and analyze at the perspectives outlined by the National Geographic Educational Standards. Because as you see, if implemented, their ideas could make a world of difference.